Have you ever put on an expensive serum, waited for magic, and still wake up with lines staring back at you? Yeah, sometimes it's not age catching up, it's your products just not doing their job, no matter how nice they look on your shelf. Today, I'm ranking anti-aging products from "why does this even exist" to "I need this now." If you're tired of empty promises and want the truth your mirror will thank you for, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because we test what's real so your face doesn't have to. Let's get into it. Number 10. Laneige Water Sleeping Mask. Laneige sells water sleeping mask as a way to look like you had 4 extra hours of sleep, powered by squalane, niacinamide, ceramides, and 3 types of hyaluronic acid for deeper, longer hydration. Ingredient breakdowns show classic hydrators like glycerin and sodium hyaluronate, plus soothing beta-glucan and brightening ascorbyl glucoside. So, in the short term, this mask gives a soft, pillowy bounce. Fine lines look smoother because they are literally filled with water. That effect feels amazing after flights, heavy makeup, or retinoid dryness. The brand leans into that comfort story with expert Korean sleep care technology, which sounds dramatic, but mostly means smart, occlusive hydration layered over your routine. Here is the twist. Hydration changes how lines look, not how collagen ages. Long-term wrinkles come mainly from UV damage, glycation, and gradual collagen loss. So a watery mask cannot compete with sunscreen or retinoids for real anti-aging power. Reviews often read like this: "Baby soft in the morning, but the effect fades if I skip it." That fading tells you the mask behaves like a flexible water balloon over your skin. Still, it earns a spot because a well-hydrated barrier tolerates stronger activities better. Use it on nights when your face feels overcooked and you keep your long-term routine on track instead of quitting everything in frustration. The next product shrinks its focus to one tiny, tired area. Number 9. CeraVe Eye Repair Cream. CeraVe Eye Repair Cream came out of the same 2005 project that created the brand's classic moisturizer. US dermatologists wanted skincare that strengthens the barrier using 3 essential ceramides plus slow-release NVE technology. This eye version shrinks that idea into a fragrance-free, ophthalmologist-tested formula with ceramides, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and a marine and botanical complex to brighten. The brand promises reduced puffiness and dark circles, but the real magic sits in comfort. Thin under-eye skin loses lipids faster than the rest of your face. When you patch that barrier with ceramides and long-release emollients, makeup creases less, concealer cakes less, and fine lines look softer through the day. That subtle change explains why the product has thousands of reviews and a National Eczema Association seal, even though the tube looks boring. Dermatologist Camille Howard-Verovic describes niacinamide as a vitamin that helps even out texture and tone and is anti-inflammatory, which makes sense around such a reactive area. The cream therefore behaves like padding for tired eyes, especially for people who react badly to perfumed or heavy balms. So why rank it 9th? Because a good face moisturizer and sunscreen used carefully around the eyes already cover a huge part of its job. This tube shines when the skin there feels extra fragile, but it doesn't rewrite the whole aging script on its own. Our number 8 pick looks like a grandma cream, but punches above its shelf image. Number 8. Olay Regenerist Microsculpting Cream. Olay's Regenerist Microsculpting Cream has become one of the most famous drugstore anti-aging moisturizers worldwide. Recent write-ups describe the updated formula with niacinamide, provitamin B5, and a trio of collagen peptides designed to improve firmness and barrier strength. Dermatologist Jenny Liu explains that these peptides can signal the skin to boost collagen support, reducing the appearance of deeper wrinkles over several weeks. Niacinamide itself carries solid receipts. A classic 12-week trial on women aged 40 to 60 found that 5% niacinamide moisturizer improved fine lines, uneven tone, and texture versus a control cream, showing real anti-aging relevance rather than pure marketing. Regenerist layers with humectants like glycerin and hyaluronic acid to create an immediate plumping and smoothing effect that many shoppers in their 50s to 80s rave about in recent reviews. So why does this cream sit only at number 8? Because its strength lives in support and surface refinement, not deep architectural change. Several beauty journalists point out that Olay's clinical backing often outperforms luxury jars 3 times the price, which turns this unassuming red pot into a quiet dupe for prestige creams at supermarket cost. Number 7. Paula's Choice 2% BHA Liquid Exfoliant. Paula's Choice built its brand around lab data, and Skin Perfecting 2% BHA Liquid Exfoliant shows that clearly. The formula uses 2% salicylic acid, the classic beta-hydroxy acid dermatologists use for acne and clogged pores, in a lightweight leave-on toner. The brand summarizes its effect in one line. It visibly reduces pores, controls oil, and supports skin barrier for healthy, glowing skin. Clinical testing on this product highlights improvements in pore appearance, oil control, and texture after several weeks of use, with measured boosts in cell turnover. Because salicylic acid is oil-soluble, it travels into pores, dissolves built-up sebum and dead cells, then lets that material flow out instead of forming plugs and bumps. The result looks like smoother, more light-reflective skin that reflects less shadow in fine lines. However, this bottle sits mid-pack for a reason. Salicylic acid excels at texture and breakouts, but has modest direct impact on collagen or deep static wrinkles. Overuse can also erode the barrier, leading to redness, stinging, and a cycle where you strip, then rush to repair. Many dermatologists advise using 2% BHA a few nights per week, especially if you already use a retinoid. A lesser-known detail from the brand: they emphasize that the liquid helps the skin barrier when used correctly, which flips the old idea that all exfoliation must harm the barrier by default. If you're enjoying this video, hit that like and subscribe button so we can continue to give you the insider information you need on all your products. Now, let's see the following serum that took a boring vitamin and quietly turned viral. The Ordinary Niacinamide 10%, Zinc 1%. The Ordinary Niacinamide 10%, Zinc 1% became a breakout hit because it offers high-dose niacinamide in a no-story bottle. The brand describes it as a serum that helps balance excess sebum, addresses signs of congestion, and supports a clearer complexion, with 10% niacinamide and 1% zinc PCA in a lightweight base. Niacinamide already shows strong data at 4 to 5%. In controlled trials, that range improved fine lines, sallowness, hyperpigmentation, and elasticity in photo-aged skin over 8 to 12 weeks. Newer reviews from 2024 and 2025 confirm its role in barrier support and oil regulation, which explains why dermatologists keep recommending it for enlarged pores, early aging, and redness. By pushing to 10%, The Ordinary targets people who want faster, visible changes. The brand claims improvements in plumpness and radiance within 15 minutes, smoother texture within a week, and reduced pore visibility and sebum over time. In reality, users report a mix of experiences. Some see exactly that glass skin effect, while others complain about pilling and temporary flushing at such a high dose. From an anti-aging lens, this serum ranks 6th because it behaves like a smart support player. It calms inflammation, refines tone, and balances oil, which makes lines and pores less obvious and improves tolerance to retinoids. However, it does not remodel dermal collagen the way dedicated retinoid therapy does. ingredient education pieces on the ordinary site turned niacinamide from a chemistry word into a mainstream skincare term, which pushed other brands to add it across moisturizers, eye creams, and sunscreens. The next group climbs from comfort and control into real structural change. Number 5. La Roche-Posay Hyalu B5 Serum. La Roche-Posay Hyalu B5 Serum markets itself as an anti-wrinkle concentrate for sensitive skin that visibly plumps and makes skin feel more supple. The formula uses short and long-chain hyaluronic acid to hydrate skin, vitamin B5 to soothe, and macassicide to support repair and defend against external aging factors. Hyaluronic acid behaves like a microscopic sponge. It binds water many times its weight, which increases volume in the extracellular matrix and softens etched lines. Clinical work on topical HA blends shows measurable improvement in wrinkle depth and firmness after 8 to 12 weeks, especially when multiple molecular weights are combined, the way Hyalu B5 does. Vitamin B5 and macassicide add another layer. Both support barrier repair and inflammation control, so the serum does more than simple plumping. It helps skin handle environmental stress and stronger activities. That combination turned Hyalu B5 into one of La Roche-Posay's most frequently auto-replenished serums on its US site, which hints at high long-term adherence rather than one-time curiosity. Hyalu B5 reaches 5th place because it sits halfway between comfort and correction. The visible plumpness you see within days comes mainly from increased water retention, which fades if you stop using it. At the same time, better elasticity and resilience create a foundation where retinoids and acids work with fewer side effects. Number 4 looks like a plain tube of cream. Yet dermatology built empires on formulas like it. Number 4. CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. CeraVe Moisturizing Cream launched around 2005 after US dermatologists worked with researchers to design a moisturizer that strengthens the skin barrier rather than just sitting on top. The formula combines 3 essential ceramides: cholesterol, fatty acids, and hyaluronic acid, delivered through patented multivesicular emulsion (MVE) technology that releases hydration slowly over 24 hours. Ceramides behave like mortar between skin cells. When levels drop, water escapes faster, irritation rises, and fine lines look sharper. By replacing those lipids, this cream reduces transepidermal water loss and calms background inflammation, which research links to accelerated photoaging when combined with UV light. The product works so reliably that dermatology clinics use unbranded pumps filled with the same base after procedures like peels and lasers. Articles and brand materials highlight its role in treating eczema, dry body skin, and post-treatment sensitivity, which means it performs under tougher conditions than a typical face cream. From an anti-aging view, CeraVe ranks 4th because it does not chase glamour, it creates stability. A strong barrier allows daily retinoids, exfoliants, and vitamin C to stay in your routine instead of getting abandoned at the first sign of flaking. Long-term studies on daily sunscreen even show that when people moisturize and protect consistently, some existing photoaging signs actually improve over a year. Our number 3 product changed how brands design antioxidant serums worldwide. Number 3. SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic. SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic pairs 15% L-ascorbic acid, 1% vitamin E, and 0.5% ferulic acid in a specific patented ratio. A 2005 study in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology showed that adding ferulic acid to a C+E solution improved chemical stability and doubled photoprotection from solar-simulated UV, from about 4-fold to roughly 8-fold, based on redness and sunburn cell counts. A follow-up 2006 human study found that this antioxidant mix reduced UV-induced DNA mutations, apoptosis, and oxidative damage, effectively boosting the skin's own defenses when applied under sunscreen. SkinCeuticals later promoted internal data suggesting up to 41% reduction in oxidative damage from UV, pollution, and metals when CE ferulic was used correctly. For years, the core formula sat under U.S. patent 7,179,841. That patent expired in March 2025, and coverage from Business Insider noted how many brands struggled to create true duplicates because identical ingredient lists do not guarantee equal stability or penetration. Cosmetic chemists in that piece stressed that manufacturing methods and packaging matter just as much as percentages on the label. CE ferulic ranks third because it behaves like a force multiplier. It rarely fixes deep wrinkles alone, but it lowers the oxidative burden so every day in the sun does less damage to collagen and elastin. That gives retinoids and sunscreen a safer environment to work in over years. Number 2 taps the entire history of prescription tretinoin, then softens the landing. La Roche-Posay Retinol B3 Serum combines pure retinol, gradual-release retinol, niacinamide, and glycerin in a formula designed for sensitive skin. The official description calls it an anti-aging serum that leaves skin smoother, hydrated, and renewed, reducing the look of lines, wrinkles, and premature sun damage. Clinical data shared by European retailers and La Roche-Posay show that after about 2 months, participants saw a 14% reduction in wrinkles, 21% drop in expression lines, 21% better tone uniformity, and 25% smoother texture. Those numbers match older tretinoin research, where continued vitamin A therapy improved multiple visual signs of photoaging over many months. Retinol works as a cosmetic-grade cousin, converting into retinoic acid in the skin at a slower pace. Niacinamide and glycerin in this serum cushion the irritation side. Articles from 2025 that asked dermatologists for retinol picks for sensitive clients frequently listed retinol B3, precisely because vitamin B3 strengthens the barrier and calms redness, while retinol pushes cell turnover. Retinol B3 lands in second place because it directly stimulates collagen renewal, smooths texture, and fades sun damage over time, with a tolerability profile that many beginners manage. The trade-off is speed. Prescription tretinoin usually works faster and deeper, at the cost of more irritation. For a long-term routine that people actually keep, this serum hits a powerful middle ground. The final product does less glamour and more quiet prevention than anything else on this list. Number 1. La Roche-Posay Anthelios UV Immune 400 Invisible Fluid SPF 50+. Dermatology literature draws a blunt line. 80 to 90% of visible premature skin aging in lighter skin tones links to chronic sun exposure rather than birthdays. Reviews of photoaging emphasize that UV radiation drives collagen breakdown, elastin damage, and pigment changes that show up as wrinkles, sagging, and dark spots. Anthelios UV Immune 400 Invisible Fluid targets that problem with Mexeril 400, described by the brand as its most effective filter against ultra-long UVA rays up to 400 nanometers. Those longer UVA wavelengths penetrate glass and reach deeper layers of the skin, so blocking them matters for both cancer risk and the slow sagging that shows up in later decades. The fluid formula stays very thin, water and sweat resistant, and fragrance free, so people actually use it under makeup or on oily skin. Large studies on daily sunscreen use show real anti-aging payoff. One year-long trial found that a high-protection broad-spectrum sunscreen slowed progression of wrinkles and texture changes, and in some cases, slightly improved existing signs of damage. That matches public health guidance. Dermatologists advise broad-spectrum SPF 30 or higher every day, applied generously and renewed with significant outdoor exposure. Anthelios UV-Mune 400 ranks first because every other product in this video assumes sunscreen already stands behind it. Retinoids, acids, and antioxidants all work harder when UV damage slows down. Without a shield like this, you spend money to repair at night, while sunlight quietly breaks things again the next morning. Once that shield becomes a habit, the rest of your anti-aging lineup finally has room to show its full potential. Which of these is already on your shelf? Or which one are you dying to try now? Did any of the rankings catch you off guard? Sound off in the comments below. I want to know what actually works for you. Hit subscribe so you never miss out when we spill the tea on the next big beauty win, expose an overrated dud, or share a skincare secret you won't hear anywhere else. There's always something new to discover, so stick around. Your next holy grail could be one click away. Thanks for hanging out.